Turning now to your community focus, the housing crisis is an ongoing battle for Rhode Island leaders. So here to talk about the latest efforts that are underway, Housing Secretary Stefan Pryor. Thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure to be back with you, Kim.
Great to have you here. So I want to just get up to speed a little bit on a couple of proposals that we've reported on in recent weeks.
Yes.
First, have all the people who were previously at the Cranston Street Armory, which was a temporary warming shelter, have all of them been relocated? Because I know some of them were going to the Motel 6 in Warwick.
Right.
Have they all been placed somewhere else?
The large majority have.
Okay.
We don't know in every single instance, and that's the way it should be, because some individuals have self-placed. They found their own place to go. Some individuals don't enroll in our official system, which is the coordinated entry system.
Okay.
So the state and our partners don't actually conduct the placement. But the large majority of people that we had in our system that were staying at the Armory in the most recent era, in the most recent moments, they have been placed. And we're pleased that the ramp down of the Armory did occur, and we actually opened a number of new shelters, and we had available to us 150 new beds to coincide with that closure of the Armory.
Where are some of those new shelters? Of course, we talked about Motel 6. Where else have these folks
So
gone?
that's in Warwick. North Smithfield is another site. Woonsocket is another site. And Providence is another site. And there are a variety of properties across those places.
I want to ask about another proposal that we heard about, to use these cottages at the Zambarano campus in Burrillville. Where does that stand right now?
So first of all, that's for families who are experiencing homelessness. There would be 3 cottages utilized, perhaps 10 families would be able to locate there. Those cottages have been used in the past for families, for example, during COVID. We're still in the process of evaluating the physical state of repair of those cottages and organizing with the particular vendor who will organize that work.
Any other sites that the state has its eyes on right now?
We do have other sites that we're working on. We try to communicate with community groups and with elected leaders before we announce them, so those are in process.
Another question I wanted to ask you. Last week, the Boston Globe's Ed Fitzpatrick had a story where both Democrats and Republicans expressed some concerns about the power that the proposed budget would give you to seize private properties by eminent domain. What's your response to folks who say this might be government overreach?
Couple misconceptions even in that frame, which, by the way, you're correct to try to draw from the article. There's no new allocation of power whatsoever. This was an effort to describe the functions and authorities of the new housing department. We're a brand new department. We're really months old. And in that description, acquiring property on a friendly basis, assembling property, funding projects, administering grants, also listed was the inherent power of the state that already exists, nothing new, to take property. Now, our view is that should only happen rarely. It should be as a last resort when other sources of resolution cannot occur. And a good example of that is Memorial Hospital, and I can come back to that, but my point is that there was nothing new about it whatsoever, and the same pre-existing state procedures were directly attached to this language that the housing department would have to use. So nothing new about it whatsoever in terms of state power, only listing it for the housing department.
You mentioned Memorial Hospital. Just quickly, is the state going to take it by eminent domain?
That's something that we've said would be a last resort. We hope that the whole matter can be sorted out, but right now the ownership and management, it's complex and hard to understand, frankly, who's in charge.
Okay.
And then we need to make sure that the property gets remediated. So it is in the state's interest to make sure that we can reuse this property, that it doesn't become fully dilapidated in the midst of Pawtucket, and there can be good gainful uses, productive uses, like housing for Rhode Islanders. So stay tuned on that, but as a last resort, we think it's important to be able to at least threaten eminent domain to sort things out that are complicated like that.
We've got about 30 seconds left. I want to ask you about this new proposal that was unveiled last week to create more than 1,400 units of housing. Who will these be for? When will they be available?
Well, those are 1,400 new or preserved units of housing, and 1,200 of them are affordable by traditional definitions for lower and moderate income Rhode Islanders. So this is very good news. 1,400 units. And it's only the minority, maybe a couple hundred of them that are preserved, so a lot of new. And what this shows is that our federal dollars that we would otherwise be leaving on the table are being put to very good use, and we're getting, by the hundreds, housing units going. Now, we need to track them. We need to make sure that these projects close, that they get in the ground, that these projects get built, and that's what this new housing department and our allies and partners are all about.
All right, we will certainly have you back to keep us posted on all of these developments, but that's all the time that we have.
Kim.
Housing Secretary Stefan Pryor, thanks for being here.
Such a pleasure as always.